welcome to another Fight of the Night review. This is for the Fight of the Night that took place at the UFC Apex Center in Enterprise, in Nevada, in the United States, in the planet Earth, in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the Milky Way, and so on and so forth, in the universe. And it was the midway fight of the main card between Yeon Kim and Priscilla Cachoeira, so as always it's my job to sort of break it down round by round and go through it as best as I can. Before I do, though, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched Reverence on Friday night. Incredible card, definitely one of the favourites of mine so far, personally, that we've put out so far for year 4 of PBW vs ABW, so yeah. With that being said, let's move on to actually covering this thing. So with round 1, and immediately Priscilla starts backing Kim up. She's throwing some really big shots. She even starts with like a really good combo after, well, they don't really touch gloves, I don't think. They do show respect throughout this fight, but they don't touch gloves. But yeah, Priscilla goes for a good like 1-2 to start, and she's backing Kim up a lot. And this is the main plot thread of the fight, if you will. And she's backing Kim up and landing really good shots against Kim, but Kim is utilizing really good head movement and dodging a lot of the strikes and countering with some really sharp jabs. She's not following up a lot with the jab. She's landing a good leg kick here and there, maybe some good body shots here and there, but not following up a whole bunch. She's focused on like 1-2 and sort of like backing away. And it is, honestly, there's not really much else to this round or even to the entire fight, but Kim is doing a really good job of evading Priscilla's heavy offense, because Priscilla is definitely going for the bigger, more wild stuff, and Kim is very technical, very much sort of staying in the pocket, utilising her head movement and just body movement in general, and really doing a good job of getting out of there. Cachoeira does land a pretty good shot at some point, but it's not too much, and it doesn't really affect Kim a lot, and honestly, yeah, again, not really much else I can say, but the end of the round does see Cachoeira landing a takedown on Kim, the only takedown even attempted in the entire fight. And honestly, it's a very difficult round to call. I mean, I think while Cachoeira was backing Kim up a lot and she did get the takedown on Kim, I don't think Kim lost this round. Yeah, she was backing up, but she was actually landing more shots. It's a very difficult round to call. I'm almost tempted to just call it a draw, but that would be copying out, so I will give it narrowly to Cachoeira, because like she wasn't landing so much with the striking, but when she did, it really did count. But Kim was doing a really good job backing up. I will admit, what gives the round to Cachoeira slightly for me is the takedown at the end. So yeah, we'll give it to her mostly for that. But she did do a pretty decent job of backing Kim up and sort of putting Verona in a way. But Kim, again, just utilizing really good defense. So yeah. Next we go to round 2. Honestly, it's very much a case of second versus same as the first. Not as much like straightforward action, and there is a few more dips in it in round 2. Priscilla again just doing what she did in round 1, trying to land a bit more wildly and not having as much success as she did in the first round. Kim again utilizing great head movement, even when she was caught with a really bad shot. She managed to evade it, countered really well with the jab. She wasn't following up a lot with the jab initially. She was focused on like landing some really good leg kicks, but she did eventually start following up with the jab near the end of the round, and started landing some really good shots. Lands a beauty of an overhand right at some point in round 2. It might have been round 3, I could be misremembering, but either way, she landed a really good right hand, overhand, and just kept setting shit up with the jab, and definitely got the much better strike volume going on and was just evading almost all of Cachoeira's offense. But Cachoeira was again walking Kim down and threatening with the big shots. Although having said that, it did make the commentators make a joke about Happy Gilmore and how Priscilla was basically doing the Happy Gilmore shuffle before he would hit the golf ball. And Bisping, who was on commentary, got very confused at that, but then asked him if he'd seen the move and he said yes. But he was a bit confused and it made me laugh. I think it's because earlier in the card there was a fighter named Michael Gilmore who had a fight and lost, so maybe that's where the confusion comes from, I don't know. I thought it was a bit of hilarious commentary, but yeah, I should actually talk about the round, or rather the end of it. Kim wins round 2 for me. She landed a lot more. Yeah, she was backed up by Priscilla, just threatening with the bigger power, but she even ate some really nasty shots in round 1 and still came back strong. So yeah, Priscilla didn't really land as well in round 2. Kim countered really well, and in my opinion, she does pinch round 2 at a much wider margin than Priscilla takes round 1. And then we get to round 3, and immediately Priscilla goes for the same sort of strategy again, but Kim counters with a 1-2 combo that actually stuns Priscilla, and then this is where it starts to feel more like a big deal of a fight. She does go for some moves to follow that up, like she goes for some really good boxing combos, and Priscilla counters with some really good shots of her own, and does stun Kim a little bit. And then there is a bit of a clinch with, I think it's Kim who has Priscilla against the cage, and it's sort of an opposite story, actually. Because of that, and because Priscilla was hurt, Kim starts backing Priscilla up a little bit, only she's actually, bothering to try and land shit. And she's not always going for it. She's picking shots, she's throwing feints, much like she did in round 2 and round 1. And yeah, she's countering a lot of Priscilla's offense, even when she does attempt it. And this goes on until about the minute and a half left in the fight. And at that point, Priscilla just decides to throw caution to the wind. She feels like she's lost the fight, and she goes for some massive elbows, and even cuts open Kim right on the cheekbone. So, luckily the blood doesn't go after the face, so yeah, it's just on the side. And oh, by the way, Priscilla was cut open as well. It had some little cuts under her cheeks that were bleeding a little bit, but nothing too major. No, definitely not as big as the cut she opened up on Kim this late in the fight. And yeah, throwing really good elbows that were rocking Kim, landed a really good flying knee. She threw another one to sort of close out the round, but didn't land it. Kim managed to keep her cool though, even though she was bleeding like hell, and did manage to land some good counter strikes, but Priscilla, she was just throwing huge near the end of round 3, and eventually the round and the fight are both over, so yeah, and they both show respect to each other, and now we have to actually talk about the conclusion. Also, I should say who I think won round 3, and it definitely goes to Yeon Kim for me. I think, outstriking Priscilla near the start and actually, backing her up and actually bothering to throw shit definitely helped her with the winning of the round, but she didn't win the fight. And so, in conclusion, Priscilla Cachoeira would win by unanimous decision, and what was honestly a very fun and entertaining fight. But I don't agree with Priscilla winning. I think Kim did way too much. I think the biggest thing that Priscilla did, honestly, was the takedown. She threw a lot of wall strikes and she backed Kim up a lot, yes, but Kim was actually landing shit. She was countering. She was utilizing really great head movement. And I don't know, even though she was being backed up and under the threat of Priscilla's power, Kim has never been knocked out. In fact, this is her 5th loss. All 5 of her losses have come by way of decision. So yeah, and I think this might be the most bullshit one that she's lost, even though the only other one I saw was the Molly McCann fight, which I don't really disagree with as much as I did with this one. I don't know. I definitely think Kim did enough to keep up with Cachoeira. She outlanded her quite a lot, and yeah, Priscilla did land some really good shots near the end, with the minute and a half left, but being good for 2.5 minutes in a 15-minute fight where the opponent was a lot more, there and aware and actually doing more stuff. I don't know, I think Kim was owed at least a split decision victory. Or maybe, I would even give it a split decision to Cachoeira. I don't think it's unanimous, I don't think it's that easy of a call. Even though, again, close on the scorecards, but goddamn, I think Kim won this one. I think she did way too much in round 2, and she definitely sure shit didn't lose round 3 to me. I don't know. It's difficult, and again, I'm not a professional judge, but I want to see them run this back, and I want to see Kim get a dues, because she's on a 3-fight losing streak now, and I don't want her to leave because she's a very entertaining fighter, and I definitely think she should have won this one. Having said that, though, it was ultimately an entertaining and very fun fight. I wouldn't put it on my top 10 list, mostly because of the result of the fight. I got nothing against Priscilla, I just don't think she did as much to try and get the win as Kim did. Yeah, the takedown at the end of round 1 was nice, but that's kind of it. And also the big shots near the end of round 3. But that's kind of it. Not really much else besides those. I don't know. I feel like Kim should have won it, but that's besides the point. I do recommend going to check this one out for yourself, because, like I said, it's a very fun fight, and the 2 women involved are very, very good. So, yeah, give it a shot for that reason alone. But anyway, so what's next from me, I have no idea. Not going to be PBW vs AEW on Tuesday, because I always take a week off after pay-per-views, so next thing I can probably guarantee is possibly finishing Bulletstorm on Friday, because I think I'm close to the end game on that, and possibly an episode of Music of the Week, which is going to be 6 albums instead of 5, so yeah, that's going to be a bit of a bigger deal than my usual one so far this year, but yeah, stay around for that. That's the only thing I can really promise, and yeah, I don't know what else there will be after that, except the stream. Maybe Friday night next week, I don't know. I'll see you all for whatever the hell's next, and as always, thank you for watching, you're awesome. Bye bye.